Sugarka says, hi. You welcome Aliria Windrunner.
What news do you bring, Sugarcane?
You mortals are the most wrathful creatures in existence. I've watched you break worlds, overthrow gods. Even the realm of death couldn't hold you. Your hunger for violence is insatiable. You lured us here, unleashed us upon the Nerubians, all to fuel the Black Blood's power. My power. This stops now. Your determination delights me. But I have risen from the ashes of countless empires. I have survived ordeals you cannot comprehend. You cannot kill me. I'm not aiming at you. This changes nothing! Khadgar! No. I heard your voice. This can't be.
You did well. I knew you would stop her.
Stay with me, Khadgar. Don't let go.
Lingering shadows.
When faced with a lot of forces in Alafal, I sensed something dark just beneath the surface. Something that was not her, but it still troubles me. I have learned that running into every situation myself is not always the best tactic. Sometimes, a leader must stand back to see the field. So, I send you. Go to Hallowfall, and uncover what you can about this mysterious force. I don't want to be caught blind again.
Objectives. Return to where Illyria sensed black blood in Hallowfall.
Alleria Windrunner says, Zaladath has been forced to retreat, but she and the Black Blood are still out there. Alleria Windrunner says, even now it lingers in Hallowfall, long after our last battle. Please investigate it further.
With each passing day, more of my people awaken within the stone vault. Many of them have embraced their old designations. This is not a path I wish to forge. For some, traditions are hard to forget and abandon. I pass no judgment. Many others have embraced a new path like me. For the first time in earthen memory, we have no edicts and the whole world of Azeroth is ours to explore. Many have set off to walk new lands and meet the people and cultures of our world. If you have not met an awakened earthen out exploring Azeroth, I suspect you will soon.
Dawn offers you a smile.
It's thanks to you and the Bronzebeard's heroism that I get to answer that question. I am Dawn, the first earthen to emerge from the awakening machine as an awakened earthen. Now, as an directive less earthen I have limitless choices. And no shortage of indecision. I've guided many awakened to figuring out their story, and yet I haven't spent the time to figuring out my own. But, helping other awakened is a path of its own. Still, perhaps it may be time for me to stop helping others for now and make a choice for myself and embark on a new journey. The city is full of interesting stories of late.
The expedition awaits.
Greetings, Sugarkey. Are you here to answer the Siren Isle's call to adventure? Recently, a goblin salvage team discovered an isle with a strange singing crystal at its center. Like the goblins, the Irati of Hallowfall have taken a keen interest in this crystal, as have we. We've been preparing an expedition to the isle. Most of the expedition has gone ahead, but the goblins' last vessel is set to leave momentarily. If you hurry, you can catch them before they leave and join us.
Objectives. Meet Skagit by the east gate of Dort No Gall.
Jeeves says, if you'll excuse me, I'm afraid I have other business I must attend to. Please call on me again in the future. Lady Venasian says, we must speak. You should not venture in A's Jakehead without making a pact first. Orwinga says, do not lose hope, Hanan. They will be safe. I have seen it.
Standing in the way.
Some of these creatures are stronger than others. When we were able to act together and fresh to the fight, these creatures were no threat. Now our injuries and separation leave us vulnerable. My people are resilient, but we are not immortal. There is one beast larger than all the others. That beast is making it difficult for the Haranir to return and recover. Slay it, so they can be safe.
Objectives. Defeat the blood-crust behemoth. Price of a mission.
I don't know what prompted you to come here, but we could use your help. We came to investigate signs of the black blood in this area, but the creatures overwhelmed us. Several of us are still out in the field. You are hale and hearty. Go find my people so they can return. And, if you have the strength, take a closer look at the strange flowers that grow from the blood that seeps beneath the ground. They may hold a clue as to how we can fight against its corruption.
Objectives. Find the pinned down Haranir and examine strange flowers.
Hanan says, this is not the time for visions, Orwinga. Our people need help right now. Orwinga says, and help has arrived. We can still see this through.
No breathing room.
We all followed Orwinga to these surface caves because we believed in what we were doing. But this. We did not bargain for so many injuries, so much dogged searching. For now, we just need a little breathing room. Slay the creatures out there that are harming us, and we can get the space to address the real issue.
Objectives.
Anhaya says, I have had enough of this. Neelaya says, this time, she's gone too far. Why won't she see that she will chase these visions forever? Green Speaker Nalero says, we have too many injuries. We cannot last much longer. Green Speaker Nalero says, come, Kaishe, let us get back to the others and see to your wounds.
Price of a mission. Orwaina counts the number of Harania silently to reassure herself. Then she nods.
That's all of us. And I'm grateful. Those flowers you found are also odd. They seem to have corrupted properties and have become something new. I have to dig into this more. We can't stop now. Not when we're so close. This could be the key to how we fight back.
Together, alone.
I am not blind. I know that they are tired and weary. But we are so close to figuring out what we can do about the black blood. The importance of what we uncover goes beyond Hallowfall, or the Nerubian kingdom. There is so much more work if we are to find a solution. For now, let us withdraw and recover. Somewhere away from these creatures.
Objectives. Meet Hanan in Hallowfall to hear the plan.
Orwinga says, you are safe. Come, we must recover before continuing our fight. Hanan says, continue. Orwinga, we must retreat and speak. Neelaya takes a long look at Orwinga, then shakes her head and sighs. There are things that are more important than this mission. We must take care of each other, even if it means leaving some questions unanswered. We have been through too much for what we have achieved.
Hanan, where are the others?
This was a mistake, Orwena. Coming here, revealing ourselves to the mortals, getting caught in their affairs. You've put us all in grave peril.
Our goddess is crying out for aid. How can we not answer?
We followed you and your visions this far, but we cannot break the Haranir's traditions any longer.
It is those very traditions that put our home at risk. You've seen the growing threats here, Hanan. We cannot give up now.
The others and I are returning to the cradle to seek forgiveness. You owe it to them to face the elders by their side.
Tell the elders that the fault is mine, and mine alone. I will face them in time, but for now, my path is here.
Then you will walk it alone. I do not understand your conviction, Orwena, but I do admire it. May the ancient roots of our people ever thrive beneath your steps.
Goodbye, Hanan.
Orwinga says, I must press on. I must. If I do not, the black blood may consume all that I care about. Orwinga says, I cannot do this alone. Your aid is the only reason I can continue.
Together, alone.
Nalero. Kaishi. Nilea. Anhaya. Hanan. We were a family all on our own, here, far away from home. I do not blame them for wanting to return, but I would blame myself if I gave up now. I must focus on what comes next.
The voice.
Here is where I must focus. I can hear the voice of my goddess, and she must be near. I will enter a meditation to ask what I must do. How can I continue this mission alone? How can I go on without the others? Stay close. I don't know what may lurk or threaten while I am concentrating.
Objectives. Defend Orwaina as she meditates.
Orwinga says, I do not understand what you want me to see.
Goddess, where must I go?
Orwen.
Show me. I understand.
The voice.
I understand. We must go to where I can hear the sounds of things moving beneath the stones. I don't know what it means, I only know that I must go there. Will you go with me?
Ringing in the deeps.
My vision was clear to me. I need to continue this work. I need to find out how we can stop the black blood from spreading, before it's too late for your people, and for mine. Meet me in deeps. I will be in a form that allows me to hide and to listen without anyone noticing.
Objectives. Meet Orwaina at Camp Merok in the ringing deeps.
Orwinga says, the vision we are close. But I must remain unseen by the people there. Orwinga says, look for me in another form. At least I can honor one Haranir tradition. Haxel Drillbit says, "Get lost, you lump of rock." These items are now the property of opportunity acquisitions, where we acquire at every opportunity.
Ringing in the deeps.
There seem to be goblins everywhere now. Do not look too closely at me, or you will draw attention. We need to get closer to where the goblins are working.
Monty Gazloe says, "Hey, Sugar Kid. Nice timing. We got trouble brewing." I haven't seen this many goblins moving around in one place since, well, it's been a while. Kazan comes to mind. Something big has to be happening. Me. I'm on the trail of some big operation in the Ringing Deeps. Why are there so many goblins working right at the edge of the cave? Why are there so many different cardles in one place? It's not even our annual convention. And who the blast is in charge of it all? Things like that. Questions, questions.
Good help these days.
Seeing you here is a welcome surprise. There's something big happening over at Opportunity Point, but it's hard to know what without getting closer to the people working there. I know Haxel's involved. We'll need his paperwork if we want to be able to ask around without trouble. He's headed down to Opportunity Point. Go, follow him, and see if... Monty Gazloe says, "This Haxel guy has the papers we need to set up close and see what they're up to." Orwinga whispers, "Go. I will follow unseen. This must be what the visions meant for us to do." Haxel Drillbit says, "Back off. This job is mine. I paid good bribes for it." Haxel Drillbit says, "You'll never get to meet the big boss." Monty Gazloe says, "There you are. Did you get that permit?" I haven't seen this many goblins moving around in one place since, well, it's been a while. Kazan comes to mind. Something big has to be happening.
Good help these days.
Got that work order? We can open up way more doors with it than without it. Perfect. Now anytime someone asks why we're here, we've got this. Now it's time to do a little snooping. There are a lot more goblins here than I remember. Something's definitely going on.
Hey, what's going on?
Time to do some networking. There's a bunch of goblins outside of Opportunity Point, over there in the abyssal excavation. I heard some of them grumbling as they started their shift. Let's see what some friendly words shake loose. While you're out there, check out the used fuel drums. They wouldn't let me look inside the full drums, but they just dropped the used ones around the worksite.
Objectives. Search for clues by questioning goblins and uncovering evidence in the abyssal excavation.
Monty Gazloe says, "Keep an eye out for anything odd while you ask around. There's more here than they're letting on."
Haywired and hostile.
I saw many machines nearby, and all of them seem to make dreadful noises. I cannot hear the one that I heard in the vision, though, at least not clearly. Destroy the excess ones. They are only in the way. While you are quieting the scene, I will hunt and scout.
Objectives. Destroy the haywire excavators.
Orwinga whispers, "I will scout on my own. Good luck with your hunt." Harried worker says, you want to know what the drilling's about? Buddy, it's bigger than you can imagine. Monty Gazlowe says, huh, interesting. Keep asking around, and I'll do the same. Keep your eyes open. Harried worker says, I wanted less work for more pay, instead I got busted machines and overtime. Who runs a site like this? Harried worker says, that new fuel is causing all sorts of problems. We didn't get hazard pay for experiments. Harried worker says, if you really want to know what's going on. The foreman keeps all the orders in his office. Foreman Bent Scale yells, "No mooks allowed? Not even with a work permit." Renzik the Shiv says, "Psst. You're like an ogre in Namarigan, asking questions and breaking things. Get over here."
Hey, what's going on?
Those goblins only know part of the story. What's in there is the full story, or at least, a big piece that's missing.
Haywired and hostile.
Looks like you're interested in the foreman's office too, huh? Don't get cranky, we're on the same side here. I just can't get close without being seen. And then there's just one big, clanking wrinkle to this whole mess.
Built to blast.
We've got an intel problem, but we've also got a clank problem. If you look over there, there's a big, haywire mech that's just going crazy. There's no way anyone's going to uncover anything while that's out in the field. We should do something about that.
Objectives. Destroy the haywire MEK-4.
Renzik the Shiv says, "No one's going anywhere while that massive boombot is running amok. Take it out, and we'll talk. Deal?" Monty Gazloe yells, "A little help? Kind of bit off more than I can chew." Orwinga says, "There is no going back now. Small green one, I propose an exchange of information." Renzik the Shiv says, "She's got the goods, Monty. She was flying around all over the place." Monty Gazloe says, "The surprises never end. Meet you both back at Opportunity Point." Prospericogwil says, "We can't afford to keep dragon shredders out of the mud."
Built to blast.
It would seem that we are all searching for information, but I have some that I think is useful. And it's too late to hide now, they've seen my true form. Let's see this through to the end.
Bat vs. World.
When I scouted, I heard and saw things that I don't understand. Perhaps if I describe it to you and the goblins, you will know what it means.
Objectives. Experience Orwena's scouting mission.
Monty Gazloe says, "Spill it, Renzik. What's an SI-7 agent doing down here?" Renzik the Shiv says, "I'm off the clock Bilgewater. I am here looking out for goblin interests." Chatty Goblin says, hardly workin', definitely. Chatty Goblin says, oh man, I've got all my money tied up in this venture. Ugh, no. Not that venture, are you crazy? Chatty Goblin says, I just realized I'm afraid of heights. Chatty Goblin says, the real opportunity is on the other side of that wall. Orwinga says, I saw little of use when observing the other goblins, but I heard things coming from the wall. Orwinga says, it sounded like the earth ground itself to nothing. What manner of machine does this? Renzik the Shiv says, sounds like a rocket drill, a big one. But who's running it? Orwinga says, next I went searching for you, Sugar Kid. I found you outside the building. Orwinga says, while you fought the machine, I witnessed something inside.
opportunity here is the one I gave you. Big things are coming, and if you want to be part of it, you better fall in line. Jaster Gallywix is back in business.
Monty Gazloe says, Gallywix. Without the Bilgewater cartel, he shouldn't have the resources for an operation here.
Bat vs. World.
After I escaped from that place, I saw you battling the gigantic machine, and I had to join in the fight. Now it seems there really is no going back. I am alone here, except for you, and these goblins.
Renzik the Shiv says, you've been hiding under the Horde's skirts too long. Gallywix is back, making deals, and making trouble. I haven't seen this many goblins moving around in one place since, well, it's been a while.
Found friends.
So Gallywix has chosen to show his ugly face here, and it looks like he's got himself organized. We should report this to Alleria. See how she wants to handle it.
Objectives. Report to Alria in Dortno Gaul.
Orwinga says, I must follow my visions, follow this calling, until I have found what the goddess wants me to see. Kundi Bober says, 123. Monty Gazloe says, looks like we're on the same path. Join us on the surface and maybe you can get some help from your new friends. Orwinga says, friends. Monty Gazloe says, and that's what's happening. Gallywix is back in business, and that ain't good for no one.
Found friends.
You've brought me far more than just information. Although I have a feeling that this Orwinga will not give up her secrets easily. I should be patient. I am sure that we will find common ground eventually. In the meantime, there is someone that she should talk to.
Alleria Windrunner says, our mysterious ally returns. You slipped away last time, before we could thank you. Orwinga says, that is our way, it was my way. Orwinga says, but my visions have put me on another path. I was told your people share these visions. Alleria Windrunner says, if you want to talk about visions, I know just the dwarf. There is much to reflect on, Sugarkit.
The speaker.
So there is someone else who has experienced something close to what I experienced. Yet it is not the same. I must speak with him.
Objectives. Speak to Magni in Dort no Gaul.
Rickett says, I'm telling ya, Skagit. Something called us from across the water. But when we arrived, it was eerie. Abandoned. Skagit says, abandoned. Then there was no one on the end of this call.
The speaker. Have ye come to say goodbye?
Magna Bronzebeard says, well, best be setting sail to Iron Forge. No sense in dawdling. Moira Thorisan says, are you sure about staying, Dagran? You could return home with us and study there. Dagran Thorisan too says, I'm sure, Ma. There's still so much knowledge here yet to be discovered. Moira Thorisan says, laughs and knowing you, you'll find it all. Moira Thorisan says, keep out of trouble, and make sure Brinth always knows where ye are. Dagran Thorisan too says, yes, Mum. Magna Bronzebeard says, ACH, and who's this? Orwinga says, I am called Orwinga. I've been told you two have heard the voice of the goddess. Magna Bronzebeard says, goddess. You mean Azroth? I was her speaker for many years, but she's let me go from that service. Orwinga says, her voice has led me far from my home, seeking a truth I know she wishes to reveal, but my kin, they, do not understand. Magna Bronzebeard says, it can be lonely, following a path that others can't see. But don't make the same mistake I did, putting it all on yourself. Magna Bronzebeard says, look for those who will walk the path with you. If I've learned anything, it's that we'll always need each other to not lose ourselves on the journey. Orwinga says, you are kind, Magna. I will consider your words carefully. Magna Bronzebeard says, best of luck to you, Orwinga. One day when you've found what you're looking for, I hope you too find your way home. You bow before Magna Bronzebeard. You wave. You welcome everyone. You wave goodbye to everyone. Farewell.